the first thing you have to realize, the first thing you have to take in consideration is, does it follow the rule? ¿Sí? Si sigue la regla, en regla en español. ¿Sabes? ¿Alguien sabe escribir la palabra regla? Ándale. Ándale, ándale, va a estar en la video. Ándale. I'm definitely not going to watch this video, honey, after doing all that. Okay, so, ¿cómo se escribe la palabra regla? Because, you know, her name is R, right? So, la R, that's la regla. ¿Y sabe lo que es la regla? What am I saying, everybody? The rule. Regla. And when you say regla, it means two different things. It can mean rule, or una regla is also ruler. And I don't know if they do this in Dominican or Puerto Rican Spanish, but in Mexican Spanish, you say, cada mes tengo mi regla. Ustedes dicen eso también. Cada mes tengo mi regla. Each month, each month, a young lady has her. That's su regla too. So that's three meanings. Three meanings, right? I was wondering, she go look at me and says, what? What does she have every month? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going, okay. Manuelito mommy can tell us, right? I don't know, you know. Okay, so I'm always picking you, Manuelito. All right, so la regla. And what do you have to know as far as the rule is concerned? Morgan? No, you're not Morgan. No, you're not Morgan. You're not Morgan. You're not Morgan. You're Jordan. You're the river. Okay. That's how I remember. That's how you do. You know how you remember and make yourself remember like that. Because Jordan is, you're Jordan. No, Jordan. No, you're Morgan.
Yes.
And you're Jordan. I don't know why, but y'all gonna be the same in my mind forever now. Okay, so Jordan, do you have any idea what the rule is? La regla. ¿Cuál es la regla?
The rule for like why it's different.
When you put an accent where? Do you have it? Do you remember anything? Okay. Okay. Déjame. Okay. ¿Y me ibas a decir algo? Okay. Tell me something.
I think I'm not sure if it's the A and to accent the E, or if it's the E to accent the A. Because I know you said I know you said that
okay,
to do it the last letter before
not the last letter,
last syllable before
but excuse me, but you got to know something before that.
It has to be a soft vowel.
Not a vowel, not a soft vowel, but maybe a vowel, but not a soft vowel, just any vowel.
So if the word is irregular.
No, let's just talk about if it's regular first. You always talk about the regular first. Go ahead.
Wouldn't that mean that you leave it as it?
Yeah, but what does the word have to end in? I know.
A vowel.
I know. Okay.
You're a cheater.
Okay. The person who's speaking right now is the one who's taking the video. That's why you don't see her. Go ahead, Cristinita.
If a word is a
Vowel.
A vowel.
Vocal in español.
Or N or S.
N-A or S-A.
There's stress in the next to last syllable.
Okay, so that's what you have to first know, everybody. What the word is ending in. Right? If the word ends in a vowel, what's the vowel? Somebody? What are the vowels? Manuelito, what are the vowels? No, tell me in español. Come on in inglés. Well, claro, pero por eso estás acá. Ándale. Okay, let me write it for you. And then you can do it for me. Ándale. Yes, you can, and yes, you will. You're going to be a businessman. You have to know how to do things when you don't want to do it. Come on. Ándale. And you know what you do, Manuelito? And I'm serious on this one. You just keep saying it to yourself. I-A-E-O-O. I mean, literally, that's what I used to go down the street. I know people thought I was crazy. You know, right? You just go, and I'm serious, because let me tell you why. Because otherwise, you will pronounce Spanish words like English. Now, you're going to always have an accent. I don't know what you sound like in Spanish, right? But I have an American accent. I do, right? But I try to pronounce it as close as possible to the way they do in Spanish. And one of the ways you do that is by pronouncing the vowels correctly. I-A-E-O-U, I-A-E-O-U. And you just keep doing it. Do it. You remember when you were a little kid, we had to do it? What is it? Oh, no, let me in English. A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U. Yeah, you do. But you know what eventually happens? Because your brain is a fantastic computer. Your brain is an absolutely fantastic computer. Your brain separates it. Eventually, your brain knows when it's I-A-E-O-U and A-E-I-O-U. Right? Eventually, you know, but this all takes time. Okay, so if the word, and this is the first rule you got to get, everybody, is how does the word end? Okay. That's what you first got to get. That's the first thing you have to see. Let me tell you something. Toda la información, all the information, well, la mayoría de la información en español is en el final de la palabra. Almost all the information in Spanish is at the end of the word. And that's a very important concept because in our language that is not the case. In our language, we either do one or two things. The information is in the beginning of the word, and it can be in Spanish too, right? Right? And sometimes information is at the end of the word in our language. Or what we'll do is we'll just add another word to it. We'll just add another word to it. For example, when we want to say the future, there's two ways to say the future in Spanish, like there is in English. But when we want to say the future, what do? We'll have the word talk. And if we want to say the future, not the one I am going to talk, but, you know, the other future, we'll just add will. So this gives us the information. So I don't have to say talk. Right? In Espanol, no. No es así. Now, there's a one in Spanish that is I am going to talk, voy a hablar, where you actually add a different word. But if you want to say I will talk, it's yeah? It's the verb. And that tells you it's I will. Hablaré. Right? So you can see that I can't just say hablar. I have to say the last part of the word. Why? Salud. I have to say, you're welcome, sweetie. I have to say the last part of the word. Otherwise, you'll miss it. Right? And there's a lot of, like we have would talk. Once again, this gives us, this is called the conditional. In Espanol, there it is. This is that. Like this is that. So you have to get used to listening. Se tiene que escuchar de una manera diferente. You have to listen in a different way. And one of the ways you have to listen is we are not used to saying the end of our words. Unless you're singing or unless you're trying to be funny or unless you're very angry. If I'm angry, I'll say, do you understand me? And then you say, I know I'm in trouble. But normally speaking, no one speaks like that. We hook one word onto the other word, and that's why people think we speak so quickly. Right? But in Espanol, se hace así también. In Spanish, you do that too. But you would say hablaré. Because that's different than hablar. And that's different than hablo. One was, hablo is I talk. Hablar means to talk. Y hablaré means I will talk. So, when you're thinking about accents, you know, se usa, no se usa, or por qué se usa, the first thing you have to worry about is the following. Does it end in a vowel? Vocal en español, okay? Or in la N or la S. Right? And I want to show you something. Because I don't just give you this stuff and expect you, like I'm taking, you know, video on this now, but I also give you a variety of places where you can find this stuff. Déjame ver. I hope you're not short the part that I think you might be. Okay, here we go. And when you go to the cards, there's, I think that's the first one, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's just the first one. And all I'm telling you is the things that I see here. I mean, the things that I wrote here. You know, when do you use, cuando se usa un acento en español, when do you use an accent? And everything is right here, right? So how does the word end? If it ends in a, this is word, right? So if the word ends in a vowel, on the N or S, where do you put the stress, everybody? Second to last. Okay, or I say next to the last. I don't know what you call third. I say next to the last syllable. En español, penúltimo. Y como ejemplo, yo tengo la palabra hablo. Because after a hard vowel, that's where you drop, that's where you stop the syllable. So this is the first syllable, and then it starts with another consonant. Then it starts with a consonant. Blow. So here's the accent. Blow. There's the accent. Blow. So the accent is in here, because I didn't say blow, because the accent is always on the vowel. So I didn't say blow, I said blow. So the accent is here. But this is where the accent is supposed to be. Why? Because if it ends in a vowel, right, there's the vowel, or N or S, it's on the next to the last syllable, and it's on the next to the last syllable, so I don't need an accent. It follows the rule. You know how to pronounce it. Now, if it ends